All right. Ben Johnson did a one-on-one with the Detroit Lions reporter Tim Twentyman last night, and I'm not going to lie to you guys, it is Kool-Aid filled to the brim. Yes. I was loving it. And you guys know that I at least hope at this point you guys would think that I'm like I don't know the word I'm looking for.
Slappy?
I'm not slappy. I'm objective sometimes. Like if they're bad, I'm gonna say they're bad. When I think they're gonna be good, I'll stand on my ground. You know.
Yeah.
I was drinking the Kool-Aid last night. The shit that Ben Johnson was saying in that interview had me turned up.
Yeah.
Maybe a little vodka in that Kool-Aid. Did you listen to the whole thing yet?
No, I did not.
Dude. All right. First and foremost, one of the reasons he came back was he spoke to Dan Campbell, his relationship with Dan Campbell, and like, you know, sometimes you can. When you hear people talk, you just know like when it's BS, when it's bullshit. You know, like this sounds bad. Jared Goff, when he talks, it's just like he's just trying to get the interview.
It's like quarterback talk.
Yeah.
It's media trained stuff, or it's like real deal.
Ben Johnson was being the real deal. Matter of fact, he started the conversation off with just the feeling of Detroit and Ford Field. When they first got hired here, they went to some country concert. Maybe it was Garth Brooks, which Garth Brooks is fired. But anyway, he's definitely fired. Better than Future.
Chill.
No, I'm not chilling. Anyway, he said he felt the energy of Ford Field. He's like, damn, like this place could be special.
Yeah.
Also returned because of his relationship with Dan Campbell and said that he's like one of his best friends. He says, obviously we keep it professional. We don't have sex in the locker room, but we keep professional when we have to and all that good stuff like that. And then
there's a bunch of closets in the locker room.
The offensive line. And it just felt like there was something genuine there. And it felt like the interviews he went on this year was exactly what we kind of discussed. The excuse I tried making for Eric being me, which is no longer the case, but they were the trial run. You know what I'm saying? They were the let me get this out of the way. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Just to get an idea of like where I need to be.
Get it started.
And he said that Dan Campbell was the guy that encouraged him to like go through and do those things. Mm-hmm. Even though he didn't say he didn't feel ready or not, but Dan Campbell pushed him to do it. And that's one of the things. I mean, obviously, he got the bag too. That's where that was reported as well.
Yes.
But again, the conversation felt genuine. It wasn't
coach talk.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
It wasn't that at all. I think when he's talking about the Garth Brooks concert, like no coach talk is like you're talking about. Yeah, I went down there, got drunk, my wife.
I was slamming beers with Dan Campbell for a field.
It was a genuine conversation, and it felt real. And then all this stuff started. He started talking about the offense, and we'll save this one for the next one, but. Expect to take a leap. Mm-hmm. They want a jump in the offense next year.
I mean, I expect it too. You introduce a player like Jameson Williams into that offense.
Yeah.
You get another year more comfortable in the scheme, in the system, and a guy like Jameson Williams can kickstart your offense because you didn't have that kind of player. You don't have that top end speed. Not every team in the league has a Jameson Williams. There's very few of them. So you add that to an offense that was already high powered. With another year of understanding Ben Johnson's system, him getting even more comfortable with play calling and different things, yeah, you expect this offense to take a leap. You expect guys to get better. You expect that offensive line to get more cohesive. And I'm just excited for it. I think they can take a leap as well. I think they can get into that top 3 next year if they really wanted to.
Yeah, top 5 in scoring. I can see it, I guess. He sold me. That's what I'm saying. Like last night, like I can hear that stuff and I could like, BS, whatever. But no, he sold me. Again, last night, if you listen back to the interview after the show, obviously, after you hit that like button, obviously, like it's filled to the brim of Kool-Aid. Maybe a little vodka splash in there too. But I'm kind of with you, Spinny. And the way he explained it was like it's year 2 of these guys in the system. It's no longer them learning it. It's just them like fine tuning it, as well as the coaches too. I mean, all the coaches that returned outside of obviously Deuce Staley, which they got a dime in the running back coach anyway, and Scott Montgomery, who's getting offensive coordinator offers already.
Yeah, before he even got into town, bags weren't even packed yet.
Literally, didn't even get like introductory speech or nothing like that.
His bag was still in his house, like
still in someone's mouth too.
Yeah.
But, Zinga. And then he expressed a little bit too. Fine, we'll just jump into the offense right now. Then, obviously, Jamal Williams' name came up as a piece they want to bring back.
Yes,
and this is towards the end, so I know you missed this one. DJ Chark. I'll do it again. DJ Chark.
DJ Chark is the guy they want to bring back, and obviously, if the health of Tracy Walker is legitimate and they don't have to re-sign, a Deshaun Elliott, that'll free up some money for them to re-sign a DJ Chark. And like I said, when we first talked about it, I wouldn't be mad if they went with re-signing him or they didn't re-sign him. It depends on the number they get him at, but DJ Chark showed that he can be a good receiver in this offense. He showed him and Jared Goff have some familiarity, some comfortability at the end of the year. So he is that big bodied, possession guy that you could throw a jump ball to. So I think it is very important to bring a person like that back to this offense.
And I'm curious. Like you guys know by now if you've watched the show. I'm not complaining if that's the case. I don't know what the price looks like on that, but a lot of us have spoken like, oh, Jameson Williams could fill the role of DJ Chark, and I was never like necessarily against that idea, but last night speaking to 1020 point blank asked him. By the way, Tim, hats off to you. That was great. You asked him every question that like everybody wanted to know outside of like the ones you can't answer, which was like draft talk. But they asked him, is Jameson the X? Kind of flirting towards like the DJ Chark conversation. He said, his speed is probably utilized best in the slot. And that's just and that's kind of what I was talking about too with bringing the DJ Chark back is like every single time. This is something he mentioned too, something that you brought up before Tim. Well, Ben Johnson knew, but
I thought of it first.
Every time he touched the ball, it was damn near for a touchdown.
Yeah,
every single time, every
touch he got,
it's insane.
It was a play that could have resulted in a touchdown.
But included in that formula was DJ Chark as the X wide receiver, and that's why I think even if it ends up being more money than Detroit Lions fans are comfortable with, I think DJ Chark can, one, produce to that amount, especially what the market is right now for wide receivers. Two, open up the situations for Jameson Williams, who's then going to continue his rapport with Jared Goff and be better. And I tell you what, too, I've already been on air about this. Unless Bryce Young or maybe even Stroud drop to 6, the Detroit Lions are not taking the quarterback.
Yes.
And I don't even know, and I don't even think those things are happening. But he spoke on Jared Goff like getting better too, and they have they're on rapport. They have enough respect for each other to have those type of conversations. And I guess they had one after the bye week, where they had like one of those like, you're fucking up, dog.
Yeah.
And then after that bye week, got smacked by the Cowboys. But after that, dude started balling, and that's when they went on that 8-2 streak. And I gotta say, I can't deny the fact that Goff's done it before. I can't deny the fact that Brad Holmes is great at drafting talent. I can't deny the fact that he has extra draft picks in later rounds to surround Goff with talent. And I can't deny the fact that I have faith in Ben Johnson.
Told you his team's winning the North, man.
Oh yeah, I ain't questioning that.
Yeah.
The only other team that scared me was the Packers, and I don't even know what's going on with Aaron Rodgers. He went on his darkness retreat. Right?
He's
still in the darkness retreat.
I think he's still in the darkness.
His darkness retreat was his closet Batman experience.
Yeah, thanks.
But no, I definitely see him win the North. Matter of fact, we got it later in the show. Do you think they could, supplant? You always correct me on this one when I say it. Supplant. But I say you're saying it wrong.
I don't know.
I say you think they could supplant the Eagles. Is it possible? We'll get into
Is
that
it
one
usurp?
a little later. Usurp. That's the word.
Yeah.
You usually correct me on it. Today you're just not.
Loosey-goosey.
Oh, willy-nilly.
Oh, willy-nilly.
Show's off the rails.
Going by the seat of her pants.
I'm telling you, again, after the show, obviously, it was worth the price of admission, which is free. But
yeah. Well, I mean, anything's worth that price of admission.
Yeah, it was a great interview. It was just as truthful as it all could be, and more faith that, oh my goodness, this part, Tanner Strand, all the stuff that you and I were saying was confirmed too. He asked him point blank. Again, Tim did a great job. What the hell's the role of a passing game coordinator? Which is what Tanner's been moved on from the tight end coach, and essentially it's everything Ben does. He's like his assistant.
Bring him to the bosom. Let him nuzzle at the teat of Ben Johnson.
Yes.
Get some knowledge, because Ben Johnson is eventually going to move on. So it's good to have a guy there that is learning from him, that could replace him and hopefully follow in his footsteps of being a great coordinator.
And I was thinking too, because I've always like, well, if Ben leaves, it's very possible he takes Tanner as his OC. And one, I think there's a respect factor for Dan Campbell that he established in the beginning of the interview. Two, if I'm not mistaken, and I don't know if it works this way, I know it does without guys wanting to leave, but if you, what's the word I'm looking for? Promote. Then teams can't snipe the guy. Remember that happened with Ben Johnson initially with Zach Taylor? So like in a situation where Ben does get a head coaching job, I've been saying takes Tanner with him. No, because it sounded like Dan is going to make
him.
Yeah, and that can't be the case. But also, I feel like that's a little bit illegal, because like, what if he wants to go with Ben? You know what I'm saying?
You ain't going nowhere.
No.
You ain't going nowhere.
But even then, I'm not tripping.
Tanner.
Because you got Scott Montgomery too.
Yeah. Maybe. He might not even land in Detroit.
He's staying.
Okay.
Yep. Scott Montgomery's staying. Breaking news. You're here first.
I'm not fucking leaving.
I'm not fucking leaving.
Yeah.
Detroit Lions win the North next year.
Oh, for sure.
I'm buying into golf a little bit more too. But that defense, though.
That defense needs some help.